why does breathing do that for us? Like, is it a psychological thing that when we breathe in, it calms us, or is there something more to it?
Well, you had a good EMT. A lot of EMTs wouldn't know how to do that. And that's great that she was so clued in. So what you can do, here's a fun little trick that someone taught me, a researcher taught me years ago. You can take your hand and you can put it on your heart. And we're going to breathe in to a rate of about 3, and we're going to breathe out to a rate of to a count of about 6 or maybe 8. If that's difficult for you, cut it short. This isn't a test. So by breathing in, now by breathing out, I want you to do that again. So in to a count of about 3, 2, 3, and out, just very slowly. You're going to feel your heart rate slowing down when you breathe out. And if you extend that exhaled breath a little more, your heart rate's going to slow down a little more. Because when we breathe out, we're eliciting a parasympathetic or relaxation response in our bodies. So this isn't some placebo, voodoo, new age thing. This is how the body works. So inhalations are associated with more of a stimulating sympathetic response. So whenever you feel the stress mounting up, if you feel panic coming up, start to exhale longer than you're inhaling and start to extend your breaths, both in and out. What you do is you send messages from your body to your brain that you are safe. Because imagine how a dog breathes when it's sleeping, right? Imagine how a kid breathes before it's learned about politics or anything. They breathe in this very fluid, slow way. So if you breathe, because you're relaxed, right? You're sleeping, your whole body's relaxed. If you breathe in this way, 80% of the messages between the brain and body come from the body. So the body can tell the brain what's going on. And by sending these messages, you can overtake so many thoughts of anxiety and panic. I've seen this so many times. I've seen the studies. I've seen people who have been suffering from chronic panic attacks for decades take control of their breathing and no longer suffer from attacks. It's the only thing that's worked. Tranquilizers can work for a little while, but they're not going to the core issue. The core issue is a nervous system dysfunction, and breathing is the quickest way of hacking into that.
Have you discovered that with effective breathing that we can actually cure asthma, allergies, autoimmune diseases, sleep apnea, everything like that?
So the word cure is tricky. I wouldn't use the word cure. I would say significantly blunt the symptoms of these diseases. Absolutely. There are dozens and dozens of studies showing this. I talked to one woman who was 70 when I talked with her. She had asthma her whole life for 60 years. She couldn't go out and play with other kids. She couldn't walk a few blocks. She was told there was nothing to do. This is an incurable condition. She was told this for 60 years. She learned how to breathe. She took control of her breathing. She was off all steroids, all bronchodilators. She's out hiking. She's out traveling. This fundamentally changed her life. Not only with her, there's a New York Times article about someone else who was on 20 puffs of bronchodilator a day and was also on oral steroids. He had been on steroids for so long that he was losing his sight. And that's what happens when you stay on steroids for so long. It's one of many things. You also get osteoporosis and you get autoimmune diseases. He went down to, I think, 2 or 3 puffs of a bronchodilator a day after 2 weeks of breath retraining. So this is not some sort of fringe crazy stuff. This is you taking control of your breathing. By taking control of your breathing, you can take control of your stress. You can take control of your nervous system function, which is also why breathing is so effective for autoimmune problems.